Good morning, students. Hope so. All of you are very good and doing great in your life. So, in previous video, we have discussed about basics of the list in case of uh, Python programming. What is basic list data type? As we have discussed about, list is a data type which can contain elements of any type, which means that elements can be any number, element can be any uh, string. Suppose we are going to write a list in the square brackets. It can be 1 2 3, it can be Divya, Rahul. Means that list can contain data elements of any kind. So we have also discussed about uh, how we can access any particular element from a given list. So in today's video we are going to discuss about list operations. So before going to discuss about list operations, we have to know that what is an operation. For performing any kind of operation, either it's in mathematics, either it's in any programming language, C, C++, Java, whatsoever. To perform any kind of operation, we need two operands. Suppose I'm going to write A plus B. Here, A and B are the operands on which operation is to be performed, and plus is the operator which is acting as operator. Means that plus symbol will do the sum of A and B. Suppose 4 plus 5. So output will be like this, 9. So 4 and 5 are the operands, plus is the operator. Similarly, in case of list, operation is to be done on two lists. For performing operations in case of Python, we need two lists. Means that the data type list is a data type, allows manipulations of its content through various operations. So list is a data type which allow us manipulation of contents of two lists in case of Python. So first is the concatenation. First operation is the concatenation. Concatenation means that if we are going to combine, if we are going to merge two lists, that is known as concatenation operation. Python allows us to join two or more lists using concatenation operator. Now, question will come in your mind that what is concatenation operator in case of Python programming? Concatenation operator is basically represented by plus symbol. It is represented by plus symbol. So let us discuss it about by taking one example. Suppose we have a list 1 which is containing elements 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. As we know that list is represented by square brackets. So all the data elements should be enclosed within the square brackets. Now taking another list 2 that is containing elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now how we can perform concatenation operation in these two lists? So simply we have to write list 1 plus list 2. So it will display output like this. List 1 plus list 2. It will contain all the elements from list 1 as well as from list 2. First of all, it will take elements from list 1, that is 1 3 5 7 9. 1 3 5 7 9. Then it will take all the elements from list 2, that is 2 4 6 8 10. So this is the concatenation operation. Now let us take another example. Now take another example. We have list 3 that is containing elements red, green, blue. As we know that list is a data type in case of Python programming that can contain data elements of any type, any kind. So red, green and blue, these are the data elements of which kind? That is of string type. Similarly, we have another list 4, that is containing cyan, magenta, yellow, black. If we are going to perform concatenation operation in these two lists, we are going to write simply list 3 plus list 4. So list 3 plus list 4. It will display output like this: red, green, blue. Then it will take elements from list 4, that is cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Now, keep in mind one thing, that there will be no change in the original list. Means that the elements of the list 1 will be remain same, elements of the list 2 will be remain same, as well as list 3, list 4 remains always same after concatenation operation. Concatenation operation is simply doing one thing. It's taking element from list 1, then taking list 2, if we are going to combine these two lists. So how we can write? There is another way to write concatenation operation by using third another list. So output of list 1 plus list 2 is going to be stored in new list. So new list is basically acting as here variable. It's acting as a placeholder in which we are going to store the output of the list 1 as well, list 1 plus list 2. So it will display output like this. The concatenation operator plus requires that the operands should be of list type only. This is the thing which you should keep in mind, that when you are going to combine any two lists, you can only and only combine data types, both the list of should both have both are should be of same type, which means that both should be of list data type. You can't combine list with string type, you can't combine with list with integer data type. So you can combine only and only list data type together. So if we are trying to concatenate a list with elements of some other data type, if we are going to concatenate list data type with another data type, what will happen in this case? It will produce an error, that is type error occurs. So suppose we are going to concatenate list 1, which is containing elements 1, 2, 3, and we are taking another thing, that is string 1. So string 1 is basically a string data type, that is another data type which is containing element ABC. So as we know that if we are going to represent any string, it is basically enclosed within single quotes or double quotes. Here we are using basically double quotes. So when we are going to concatenate list 1 plus string 1, it will produce an type error. So it will not produce any output. It will give only and only type error. Moving forward, before going to discuss about another operation in case of list, let us discuss all the things, let us do all the things by taking all the examples in programming. Suppose, so first of all, I have opened my Visual Studio Code, VS Code. Let us delete all the things from here. So how can we perform list operation? Let us take list 1, that is represented by square brackets 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 5. Just a minute. Comma 2, comma 3, comma 5. Now take another list that is represented by list 2 is equal to square bracket 8, comma 10, comma 47. In order to produce concatenation of these two lists, we are going to write list 1 plus list 2. We want to display the output. So to display the output on the screen, we are going to use print function. So and close this within the print function. Now we are going to save it. So we can run and see the output. Yeah. So here we can see that after performing concatenation operation, the output will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 5. It is taking elements from the list 1. Then it is displaying 8, 10, 47. These are the elements from list 2. So now we have seen it by. Let us take another example. Suppose we have list. Before going to discuss about another, first of all, we are going to delete it. So suppose we have list 3 is equal to square bracket and containing elements of all the string type. Suppose we are going to write Divya separated by comma. Another name is Suman separated by comma. Taking another, suppose we are taking Mona. Take another list, that is list 4 is equal to square bracket. We are taking name Rahul separated by comma. Taking another, suppose I'm going to write Ravi. If we are going to combine these two lists, so how can we write? We can write list 3 plus list 4. In order to get output on the screen, we have to use print function, that is print opening bracket, and here we are going to use closing bracket. So control S. Now we can run this program. Yeah. So here we can see that the output will be like this. Divya, Suman, Mona. These are the elements from list 3 and Rahul, Ravi. These are the elements from list 4. So we have discussed both theoretically as well as practically about the concatenation operator. Let us take one more example. If we are going to combine list data type with another data type, what will happen? So take list is equal to square bracket 1, comma 2, comma 5. And we are taking string data type, that is string is equal to single quotes, and suppose I'm going to write Divya. And if we are going to join these two, what will happen? Print list plus string. Control S, run this program. So type error can only concatenate list to list, which means that it's displaying output and it's containing type error. So we can't concatenate list with any other data type. Hope so all things have been clear to you. Now moving towards another operation which can be performed. Now discuss about another operation which can be performed on list. So second operation is the repetition. Repetition means that anything which can be repeated multiple times. So Python allows us to replicate the contents of a list using repetition operator. So now question will come in your mind that what is the repetition operator? Repetition operator is basically represented by multiplication sign. It is represented by multiplication sign. You can also say that it is represented by star symbol. So suppose we have list 1 which is containing element hello, which is of string type. So this is the elements of string 1, and we have to replicate elements of list 1. So how can we write that? So we can write list 1 into list 1 into means repetition symbol 4. So what is the basic meaning of this thing here? We are going to write all the elements of list 1 4 times. We are going to write all the elements of the list 1 4 times. So hello is the data element which will be printed basically 4 times. Hello, 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 hello. Now let us do all these things practically. How can we perform? Let us delete it. List is equal to square bracket. I'm going to write here hello. Let us take another data element. Suppose I'm going to take here 5, comma 6. And if I want to perform repetition operation on this list, how can we perform list into, suppose we are going to perform list operation 3 times to 3. In order to get output on the screen, I'm going to write print function here. Now control S, see the output. Yeah. So here we can see that output is like basic like this. Hello 5 6 first time, hello 5 6 second time, and hello 5 6 third time. Which means that in order to perform repetition operator on list, we have to write basically name of the list into how many times we have to perform that operation. So here basically we are performing it 3 times. Now move to the next operator, that is membership operator. Membership basically means that which defines which element is present within the list or which is not present in the list. So membership operator in case of Python is represented by int. It checks that whether any data element is present in the list or it's not present in the list. So if any data element which we want to know that about its existence in the list, if after checking it displays output in the form of boolean. Boolean means that it gives value either true or false. If the element is present within the list, then output will be true. If element is not present in the list, then it will display output false. Suppose we have list 1. It is containing elements red, green, blue. So if I just want to know the membership of green in list 1, so how can we write green in list 1? Yeah, green is present, so output will be true. So no, if I want to know the output, if I want know the membership of cyan in list 1, cyan is present in list? No, it's not present in the list, so output will be false. Let us do all these things by practically. Suppose I'm taking list data type containing elements red separated by comma, green separated by comma, single quotes containing blue. Now, if I just want to know the membership of green here, how can we write? So green in paste. So in order to get output, we have to write this within the print function. Now we are going to say this control S. Let us see the output. Yeah, it is displaying in the output true. It is displaying in the output true, which means that green is present in the list. Now take another example. If I just want to know the membership of, if I just want to know the membership of yellow, let us run this. False. Yeah. True is basically for green color and false is basically for yellow color, which means that yellow is not present in the list. Hope so. All these things have been cleared to you. Now, moving to the next thing, if we are going to discuss about note in, that is the transpose, that is the reverse operator we are going to use in case of Python programming. Note in operator will give the output also in the form of boolean, means that our output will be like true or false. What output will it display? This is the main question. It will check whether the element is not in the list. If element is not in the list, output will be true. If element is present in the list, then in that case it will display true. It will display false. Sorry. List one, for example, we are taking one example. List one, red, green, blue. Cyan, not in. Not in is the operator which we are going to use. Cyan not in list one. It will check whether cyan is present or not. Cyan is not present. Yeah, cyan is not present, which means that it will be true. So right answer will be true. What about green? Green not in list one. Green is present here. Yeah, but we are checking that it's not in the list. Not in the list means it's false. So output will be false. So it is basically to the in operator, but it works in the reverse direction. It works in the reverse direction. Now, moving forward, we are taking another operation which is to be performed on the list. Slicing. Slice, which means that to cut, to divide anything basically into the pieces. Suppose I have, this is a large piece of something. If I am going to cut, if I am going to cut it into two pieces, this is known as the slicing process. Slicing basically means that to divide, to cut something into two or more things, two or more parts. So slicing can be done from the middle. Slicing can be done in the from the beginning, can be at the end. So in case of Python, slicing means that if we have given any list and if we want to create new list from that given existed list, we have to sliced, we have to extract data elements from that given list. So slicing operation allow us to create new list by taking out elements from the existing list. So for example, list 1 is containing elements red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. But I just want to data elements which I just want to create a new list which is containing elements for index value 2 to 6. From index value 2 to 6. You have to keep in mind always one thing, that here 2 is the lower bound and 6 is the upper bound. And these are the index values. These are the index values. As we know that all the elements, when we are going to assign the index value, it is always started from the 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when we are going to slice, when we are going to take new, when we are going to create new list from the given list. So in that case, lower bound will also be included, but upper bound will not be included in that case. So the maximum index value which will be taken should be one less than the given upper bound value. Suppose the initial value is 2, index value is 2, so 0, 1, 2. So we will be started here, we will start from here, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We will not include data element that is at 6. So we are going to include all the elements which are only before the index value of 6. So initial value will be 2, and the final value of the index value should be 1 less than the upper bound, that is 5. So elements in the output will be blue, cyan, magenta and yellow. Blue, cyan, magenta, yellow. Hope so this is clear. Let us discuss it. By taking one more example. Suppose we have list 1, red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. These are the elements which are containing in the list, and all are placed at index value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. List 1 is truncated to the end of the list. Suppose we want to create new list that is containing elements starting from the index value 2 up to 20. Up to 20 means that less than 20, that is at the 19th position. From the second index value means that from blue onwards, it will contain all the elements. As we know that 20 is the given upper bound, but we have the maximum index value, that is 6. So no problem, it will contain all the elements from the index value 2, and it will contain all the elements starting from the 2. So it will contain blue, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. So output will be like this. So this will be the output. Now taking another example, list 1, and here is the lower bound is given 7 and 2 is the upper bound. As you can see that 7 is greater than 2, means that lower bound is greater than upper bound, which cannot be possible in case of list. So it will display only and only empty list. It will create only and only empty list because first index is greater than second index. So this is the basic condition that in order to get sliced, list from the existing list, the lower bound should be less than the upper bound, or we can say that first index should be less than the second index. So the output will be here that empty list because the lower bound is greater than upper bound, which will not be possible. Now taking another example, if we are going to write here list 1 square bracket semicolon and 5. Here we are not mentioning lower bound. Here we are not going to mentioning lower bound. We are going to mention here that upper bound only 5, which means that it will display all the elements which are present at before the index value of 5, which means that it will display all the elements which are present at the index values before the 5. It means that it will display all the elements at 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So right answer would be red, green, blue, cyan, magenta. So red, green, blue, cyan, magenta. This is the right answer. Now taking one more example, which is very, very important and can be asked in exams. Slicing with a given step size. Step size means that, suppose I just want to display elements which are at alternate positions. I just want to display like red, blue, magenta, and black. Here we are lefting, here we are taking only and only values which are present at the alternate index values at red, blue, magenta, and black. In that, so we are going to use step size. Step size which is used here, that if we are going to take blue only direct after red, so what is the difference between these two? 2 minus 0. So step size will be 2. Similarly, we are jumping from blue to magenta. Index value here is 4 and index value here is 2. So what is the difference between these two? 2. Now we can see here that if we are going to jump from magenta to black, here index value is 6 and index value is 4. 6 minus 4 will be 2. So we can see that index value, so there is difference of 2 in between the index values, that is step size. So 0 is the lower bound, 6 is the upper bound, and semicolon 2. 2 is the step size. So uh, how much jump or how much step size we have to display here? This is the depends upon the requirements. So 0, 6, 2 means that it will display all the elements starting from 0 but less than 6, means that less than 6 minus 1 करेंगे तो less than 1 means that from 0 to 5 and with the step size of 2. So first element is here red, step size is, we are going to take 2. So it will left green, then it will take blue, it will take, it will left cyan, then it will take magenta, and up to 5 only, up to 5 only. So it will not take yellow, it will not take yellow because after 4 we have to take element at 6th index value, so we can't take yellow. So this will be the output. Hope so all these things are very, very clear to you. Let us do all these things by practically. I'm going to open my VS Code, delete all these contents which we have used earlier. Suppose I'm going to write here list is equal to square bracket. Within the bracket, we are going to take, let us take simple list 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I just want to take, I have to create a new list which is containing elements, starting from 0 and containing elements less than 4, containing all the elements that is less than index value of 4. So we have to write here 4. So in order to display the output on the screen, we have to use print function. Without print function, it will not display any output. Control S. Let us see the output. Yeah. It is displaying here that 2468 here. 2468, 2468. So index value it will take from 0 and less than 4, that is 3, up to 3. So it will be value at 0, 2, value at 1, 4, 2, 3, which means that output will be 2468 and only. Let us take one more example. List is equal to square bracket. In the quotes, I am taking to Suman, comma, Gita, comma, Divya, let us take one more, 56, comma, 89. If I just want to uh, display, uh, if I just want to create a list which is containing elements which are placed at the alternate index values. Alternate means that I just want in output Suman, Divya, 89. In that case, we are going to take step value, step size, that is list square bracket starting from 0 semicolon 6 semicolon 2. In order to get output on the screen, we have to use print function. Print here closing bracket. Control S. Let us see the output. Yeah, you can see here that in output we are getting Suman and 56. Suman and 56 only. Because here we are using step value 3. Here we are using step value 3. So this is an index value 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3 minus 0. So it will be the difference of 3. It will be the difference value of 3. We can also say that if we are going to write step size here is 3, we have to left two elements in between the left and right elements. Means that if we are taking first element at Suman and we have to left two elements, Geeta and Divya, then another will be 56. If we are going to write here is, it means that the step size is 2. In case of step size, we have there will be one element in between the here step size is 2, which means that in case here output will be like this, Suman, it will leave Gita, then Divya, it will leave 56, then output will be 89. So to get output, to get alternate elements, we have to use step size 2, but to get output of step size 3, we have discussed earlier. So let us see the output. Yeah. So here we can see that in the output, we can see here that Suman Divya 89. Suman Divya 89. It is extracting elements at the alternate positions. It is extracting only and only elements that is present at the alternate index values. We can say also that. So we have discussed all the operations which can be performed on the list in case of Python programming. So in today's video, we have discussed all the list operations in case of Python programming. Uh, all other things we will discuss in the next video. Till that time, I request you that you have to revise all the concepts on the daily basis so that it will be very easy to remember. It will be very easy to learn, and it will be also very interesting for me that my students are getting and all the things are clear to my students. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.